Hello everyone. So I got tagged by Particle Man, so I got to sit here and share a few of my hobbies. Well, as we all know, RCs is one of my main hobbies. As you can see, I'm in the RC room here. But I guess I won't really talk about that too much since that's a well-known hobby of mine. So the three other hobbies that I have are computer stuff. I've always loved computers. I've always been the person in my family who gets called to fix people's computers and whatnot. I've always enjoyed building them and all that sort of great stuff. Don't really have much computer stuff now, just mainly one computer that I use. Can't really afford much else right now, but yeah, computers have always been something I've loved, always tinkered with in my whole life. I love gaming, and anything with computers, even if it's to do with a bunch of nerdy stuff like Unix stuff and running servers. I love that too. So all stuff computers, pretty big fan for me. Alright, so the next hobby other than RCs and computers would probably be, I've got a few fish. Let me just bring the camera up and I'll show you my few goldfish that I have. Alright, so here we are at my second hobby. As you can see, my goldfish here. I've done a lot of do-it-yourself setup on this tank. You can see my sump. It's up here in this blue bin. You can see the lines for the two pumps that go up there, and it filters down through a couple different filters I put together and back into the main tank. I quite enjoy looking after a few fish. A couple smaller ones were raised in this smaller tank over here till I got too big for it. I believe the white one is the mother. These fish actually used to be out in my backyard where the crawling course was. We had a little pond. It wasn't a very big pond, it was pretty small. And they were getting a bit big, and also the winters here are pretty harsh, and I didn't want them all to die in the pond, so we got a tank and brought them inside. And for my third hobby, I really just like making stuff. Doesn't really matter what it is. Well, I'll just show you some examples of things that I have made. First one being real simple, just these little wood crayons I made. You know, it's a very simple idea. Drill out some holes in some wood and stick some crayons into it. I think they came out pretty well though. Right, let's have another example of things I like to make. I like to make stuff like slingshots. The rubber on this is fairly old, so it's not really super stretchy anymore. I don't know if you can see how cracked it's looking there. But I really enjoy making slingshots. You can see you load the ammo there, and then you've got a trigger that lifts it up. So I really like making stuff like slingshots. So that's how it would go on there. I'm not going to fire this thing in here, obviously, so there's the ball is not in there. But you can see that's how it would work, and you would lift up and boom. I've made more than one slingshot too, actually. Here's another one I put together quite a while ago. Same sort of deal on the trigger. And you'd pull it back like so. See if I can get that in shot here. I was definitely inspired to make these by the Slingshot channel on YouTube. Great channel. And I've got one more here that never quite worked out as nicely. This one had a wooden barrel that the ball would go down. Although I always had a bit of a problem with the mechanism inside to release it. That's why this is on there, so I could help release it. So yeah, that's another example of things I like to make. And I also like to make stuff out of metal too. So let me just set the camera up and I'll show you the last thing that I'm going to show that I've made. And here's something out of metal that I have made. Now obviously I didn't make the entire air pistol, that would be a bit much. However, I did make a brand new trigger and sear. This is the stock trigger and the stock sear here. I made my own out of stainless steel. And it's also a little more advanced. I have an adjustment on the sear so you can set the engagement, and I've got an extra spring sort of assisting the trigger to make it a very light pull. So I quite enjoy making things out of metal and wood. and all that great stuff. Alright, so that's 3 of my hobbies other than RC. Now I'm supposed to tag 3 other people, and I would like to first tag RC Trail Cats. Not sure if he's been tagged yet, but I don't think so. I really like what he does. You guys go check him out. I will have all the links to the 3 people I'm tagging out in the description below. Next ones would be Filthy Co RC. He also does lots of great Tamiya stuff. I really suggest you go check him out. And the last one would be Adi JSR. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. ADIJSR. He's become a great friend of mine. Pretty small YouTube channel. I really suggest you go check him out. The links will be in the box below again. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, make sure to leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.